You may proceed.
60, 59, 58.
This is a countdown
57,
to the Slade and Mayson
56,
show.
55, 54.
This
53,
continues to be a countdown
52,
to the Slade and Mayson
51,
show.
50, 49, 48.
You're listening to the
I'm so
countdown
excited.
to the Slade and Mayson show.
45, 44, 43.
This is the continued
42,
countdown.
I'm
for
so
the Slade and
excited.
Mayson show.
39, 38,
Right now,
37.
you're
You
listening
don't
to
look
the
like a
Slade
pointer.
and Mayson 33, 33. Please stand by as you're listening to the
I'm more of a
countdown
Cocker
to the
Spaniel.
Slade and
Yeah.
27, 26, 25 to the Slade
Well, I
and
guess
Mayson
that's
show.
better than
23,
being a hairless
22.
cat.
We continue now to the countdown to the Slade and Mayson show.
18.
17.
Some
Stand by.
people call me the space cowboy.
The Slade and Mayson show.
12.
Some call me the gangster I love.
The Slade and Mayson show.
Because I speak on the politics of love.
3, 2, 1.
What are we talking about? People are going to go, what the hell we just stumbled onto? We'll figure this out by the hour's up.
Wait, it said they were going to talk about good
Now
stuff.
broadcasting from the
hell is
Dan Mason Studios, deep in the heart
Deep
of
in the
Virginia.
heart
It's
of
the
Virginia.
Slade and Mason Show.
Quack, 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 quack.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a full Sunday today.
Hi, I'm J.D. Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
Mr. Slade, good morning and welcome to the last Sunday in September.
And good morning to you, Mr. Mason.
We have stumbled upon greatness here at the Slade and Mason Show. You know why?
Why?
Because the two of us are on the microphone together. we are. So I want to touch on something right off the bat. And I was listening to nope. Hold it before we get before we get into what we're all about here. Listening to I'll talk about it afterwards. All right, this is the Slade and Mason Show. It's all about you and us. It's like a radio program where we're sharing with you news stories, and things we see throughout the week. It's our take on it. Basically, we're saying the things you hear on the radio, and you go to yourself, why? Could someone just please? All right. Now look, we're just trying to have some fun. Don't take it all too seriously. All the music, unless we tell you otherwise, is brought to you by Dionne Music. There is a picture from us in 2016 on Instagram. I don't even know what my account is anymore. There's one from Twitter from 2022, which again I don't know what my account is. And then there's one from Facebook from this year that you can go check out and see. We were having fish and chips and a salad. There you go.
That's right. Yes.
That's right. Now, if you're enjoying what you're listening to, by all means, see a doctor. But emergencies happen. But no, you'll enjoy it, hopefully. And I'm trying to get these posted up on YouTube as well, so you can stare at our card. And for the entire hour. As always, brought to you by Icy South and Icy Treats. Mr. Slade, I just want to get something.
Yes.
I want to get this off my plate real quick because I listened to NPR's Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is like a news quiz comedy show. I don't know if you're familiar with it. And
no, I'm not. It's but then I'm not surprised because you are Dan Mason.
All right. Anyway, so what they do is they find stories throughout the week. And they, have a panel who tries to guess, is this a true story, not true story, which story is new? Anyway, they go through. Then they have a famous person come on, and then they quiz them. They say, here's, which one of these three stories is true, which one of these is true. So, and then that's it. Now, they had Dionne Warwick on.
What?
The living legend.
The living legend. Bruno Sammartino.
Dionne Warwick.
She has got the biggest nostrils in history. Have you ever taken a look at that woman's face?
But here's my point. They called her the living legend. I don't ever want to be called the living legend, because if you look at those two words, living and legend, that means legend. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the pile of stuff this person has done? Second word, living. Oh, they're not dead yet. So,
which means that they're still piling up stuff that people will be talking about.
Yeah, but what that means to me is she's going to die soon. So,
hey,
when you say living legend, that's like Dick Van Dyke, living legend.
Listen, let me tell you something. As I got close to ending my morning show, it's like people were calling me a legend. Again, I'm not comfortable with that term simply because I'm not dead.
I know. So, that's my point.
I hopefully will accomplish a few more things before I take that dirt nap.
The living legend, J.D. Slade. It's like, wait a minute, I'm not dead yet. Leave me alone.
Well, you wouldn't want to introduce me as the dead legend.
But that was something I just wanted to get off my chest, because I'm like, that term is so bad.
It is supposed to be a form of praise.
Yes,
but it isn't. It's not. You're right. It's like, again, I'm not dead yet. Why are you saying all these nice? Although I love the post that people post and they say, listen, don't be bringing me flowers when I'm dead. Bring them to me when I'm alive, when I can appreciate them.
There you go. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Or apparently the one and only time men get flowers is when they're dead. So
yeah, exactly. Again, I launched a parade on that in the 80s. It didn't go very far.
Did you get any flowers?
Nope.
But
I got another plan, man. Listen, I've decided. I'm going out on the market again, man.
Jiminy flipping crickets.
You're gonna love this. I thought about this yesterday. I thought about it all day yesterday.
So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this show now, because it's gonna be like we'll get this phone call, send him and go, hey, Dan, listen, I can't do the Slade and Mayson show anymore. I have to go to church, and maybe when I get back this afternoon, after I got a few projects I have to do for my honey, some laundry. We were going to watch the.
Just convinced me. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Forget I said
that. I'll get that. I'll go. What?
Okay. Right. I changed my mind. A woman's not the only one who can change your mind.
Your balls in the top right hand drawer, or the
no lie. Oh. In that little case, the jewel case.
Oh, well, that was a nice little diversion. Mr. Slade.
Yes, sir.
It is Sunday morning, and usually,
well, it certainly is.
I usually hand the floor over to you for a few minutes to give us kind of a reflection of what's going on. So we call it the Sunday morning observation, and I'm wondering if you have for us today a Sunday morning observation.
I'm glad you asked that, my white friend.
Why is that?
Because
who you calling white? Look at this speckle. Look at this speckle right here. Look.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, there's a second one. No, this one's
two of them.
This one's getting larger.
Two pimples.
Oh wait, no, this is cancer. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, let me get down to brass tacks here.
All right.
You asked me if I had a Sunday morning observation, and of course I do.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, gather around. Let's talk about fall. Yes, fall. That season that thinks it's the young, hip sibling of summer. Mm-hmm. But honestly, fall is just a wannabe. It's like that friend who tries to be cool but ends up wearing dad jeans and a Hawaiian shirt to a party.
What's wrong with that?
Hi, Dan.
What's wrong with that?
First off, let's address the elephant in the room. The pumpkin patch, the decorations. Yeah. I mean, how many pumpkins does one house need? It's like a gourd convention out there. You step outside, and it looks like the great pumpkin exploded all over your yard. You've got orange. Yeah. You got brown. You got, what the hell is that? Is that a squash? Yeah. Fall's trying so hard to be festive, but it's basically just dressing up like an old tree that got a secondhand makeover.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yeah, clear your throat.
And,
there we go.
And don't even get me started on the weather. 1 minute, it's a crisp 65 degrees, and the next, you're freezing and wishing that you hadn't left the house without your parka and your hot cocoa in a thermos.
Mm-hmm.
Fall is basically that unpredictable relative who shows up to Thanksgiving dinner, acts all nice, but you know that they're going to spill the family secrets as soon as the pumpkin pie hits the table.
Hey, Claire Ann, did you tell Mary you were pregnant yet? Oh, my bad.
Hey, now let's talk about Halloween.
Mm.
Halloween is like the peak of fall's midlife crisis. It's the one time of year when everyone suddenly decides that they need to dress up as something they aren't. You've got moms dressing as sexy cats, dads as superheroes, and kids as, well, whatever weird thing that they could throw together.
I'm
and
a
then
box.
there's the candy.
Sorry. It just came out of nowhere.
All right, where did I leave off? Oh, yeah,
the
and then
candy.
there's the candy. Okay, you give out candy to kids dressed as zombies, witches, and superheroes, and by the end of the night, you're left with one more leftover candy corn than you know what to do with. Who actually likes candy corn anyway? It's like Paul's way of saying, here's some sugar to get your teeth, to rot your teeth while you sit on my dead leaves.
Oh, my gosh. You ever read the list of ingredients on that thing? First ingredient,
Oh,
sugar.
my
Second ingredient,
God,
corn sugar.
yes.
Third ingredient, sucrose. Fourth ingredient, artificial flavoring.
But then just when you think that fall is starting to get a little recognition with all its festive Halloween spirit, bam!
Mm.
Christmas comes crashing in.
Don't say
like
that
a
word.
snowplow at full speed. It's like fall is trying to have a nice dinner party, and Christmas just shows up with a mariachi band and a piñata.
I'm
I
game.
had fun writing
I
this
need
one.
a stick.
Christmas is like that overachieving sibling who always has the latest gadgets and the flashiest lights. You've got the whole neighborhood competing to see who can put up the most extravagant displays of lights. Meanwhile, fall is still stuck with its sad little jack-o'-lanterns that are already starting to rot. Christmas is out there showing off with its inflatable Santas, while fall is just left with a bunch of ghosts hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Christmas music. The moment Halloween is over, every radio station starts blasting Jingle
That's
Bells
right.
on repeat.
Yep.
Like, come on. What about the poor fall songs? Do we really have to jump straight from spooky to merry without even a pause?
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear more about the joy of raking leaves, not sleigh bells jingling.
We got a big, huge pile of oak over here. I don't know why it's here every year, and I need to wake a big pile for the dog. All right. Yeah.
All right. And speaking of Christmas, can we talk about the food? Thanksgiving is nice and all, but Christmas takes the cake, literally. Gingerbread houses, cookies, eggnog. What does fall have? A sad bowl of apples and a pie that nobody can finish because it's the only thing left after Thanksgiving. Fall is like that friend who brings the leftover salad to the party while everyone else is feasting on prime rib and cookies.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, folks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we love fall, even if it's a little past its prime. It brings those cozy sweaters and the pumpkin spice everything. It's like the comfort food of seasons. It might be a little outdated, but it knows how to set the stage for the big show that is Christmas. Hey, you better watch out. So here's the fall. May it keep trying to shine, even when Christmas steals the spotlight. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day, whether you're sipping pumpkin spice lattes or plotting your Christmas decorations. Bum, bum, bum. Speaking of Christmas, Walmart starting Christmas shopping season October the 8th. Retail customer experience says Walmart is starting the holiday shopping season on October the 8th. Walmart Plus members will have early access to sales on this year's hottest toys and items. Walmart says that they're starting Christmas early because 47% of consumers make holiday purchases before or in October. Yeah, that's bull hooky. They just want to try and get and make the Christmas season last for 72 days instead of just the 12 days it's supposed to. I'm sorry, I'm done bitching. I'm done. It's on to you, my friend, because I'm sure that you probably have something artificially intelligent to talk about.
Home. Yeah.
Yes. You see, I told you, ladies and gentlemen, the Slade and Mayson Show stays one step ahead of technology. Our fingers are on the pulse of artificial intelligence, and that's why we have this segment hosted by my partner, Mr. Dan Mayson.
Thank you, and all the ships at sea. Big news reports. Now, Terminator was done by what's that ding dong's name? Can't think of his name off the top of my head. You know, a really good news person would have all this stuff written down. Right?
Yeah, they would. I guess that means you're not a very good news person.
No.
See, when I do my stories, I've already rooted it all out, so I can even answer
James
questions on
Cameron.
the spot.
That's the guy. James Cameron.
Yeah, but he also did Titanic.
Okay, but here's the guy who put out this movie, who basically told us, be afraid, be very, very afraid. 1984, the rise of the machines. We're all going to be taken over by computers.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Artificial intelligence is going to be the bastion of our lives. And he has decided in his infinite wisdom that, hey, AI is not all that bad. He's going to start moving his movie making franchisee stuff more and more AI driven. Also, Lionsgate is also jumped on the bandwagon, and they are quote unquote ready to make quote unquote changing to filmmaking forever a real thing. So,
do you know what this really is saying? Just let's cut all the crap.
It's called.
We're not going to have to pay anybody to act in a film ever again.
Yeah, we are going to see the birth. This is my prediction. We are going to see the birth of an AI super character, like a Tom Cruise character, who will jump from movie to movie to movie to movie to movie, and it'll be the same AI character that was created by Hollywood. There'll be a woman as well. But yeah, we are now going to see that. So that will be a commodity that they will then sell. Like Lionsgate will sell that to MGM. Say, hey, you can use this AI character who jumps and fights and you know is like a Keanu Reeves and Tom Cruise mixed together. You're laughing, but I'm telling you that's coming.
Jason Statham is going to be in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, listen,
now,
Dan, you're preaching to the choir here.
Okay.
Remember, I'm the guy who a year and a half ago started telling you that the sky was falling, man, and you were going,
now,
"Oh, I'm going to love this. This is going to be great."
All right, now it's still pretty cool. All right, now, Google ucked up. I won't mention names because it doesn't really matter. But there was this guy. And this guy was working at Google, right? And then this guy, I'll put the news link there. This guy, he's like, hey, I got this great thing for a chat. It's using artificial intelligence. You can have like a conversation with it right there on your phone. And Google said, fuck you. We ain't going to do this here. We're going to have an investigation. We're going to figure it out for the next 16 years. And the guy's like, I just spent like 9 years putting this sucker together. Why don't you just use this? No, we're not going to do that. He goes, fuck you. I'm leaving. He leaves. He and his buddy go start their own business. They start from scratch. And like inside of weeks, he's got like 20 million users of this magical AI for a phone. Google taps on his door and says, hey, here's like $6 billion with a B. Here's $6 billion. We want to buy back you and your business. Google finally realized they screwed up and should have taken the guy under his wing. So now they got this AI researcher. You know, we'll mention names, but nobody really remembers anybody. Sam Altman, who's in charge of ChatGPT, has said that ChatGPT AI will fix global warming. Nope. All right, now, on the brighter side of things,
there's a brighter side?
There are these brighter things. You know, like in Peru, you have these pictures and they show like these, like they look like ants or they look like big spiders. And there are all these like these weird books you get from the 70s, and they're all like, but these can only be seen from several 100,000 feet up in the sky. You know, those like big, huge drawings down,
yes.
The Aztecs and what have you. And they're all like these hieroglyphs and things like that. But again, you can only see them from the sky.
Yeah, I know. Corn circles.
Yeah, whatever. But now, no, not corn circles. That was actually done by people. But no, these are like 3,000-year-old. You'd get down on the ground and all you see are just rocks, pebbles.
I
everywhere.
got a question for you.
But wait. But what
Now,
AI found was they found like 30 other of these glyphs because AI was able to sift through the ground and kind of figure where the stuff was, and now they have like extras to look at, including a fish with a sword. Nice. Nothing like a fish with a knife. Hey, Gary, what are you doing? Put that down. Put that down. No sushi today. No sushi today. All right, now that's my AI story for today. Everything's gonna be fine. Put down.
The mass is over. Go in peace.
Nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Dominus vobiscum, ecum tu spiritua.
Oh my!
We are multilingual here.
Yeah, we're in big trouble too. All right, so that was my AI, James Cameron. Everybody's going on board. It's going to be an interesting ride, I'll say that. But I am making that prediction right here on the Slade and Mayson show that there will be a commodity actor, lack of a better word, that will move from studio to studio, and they will sell that actor from studio to studio. Talk about the Truman Show, man.
I mean, I'm just looking at this and I'm just thinking, man, it's like, again, they're gonna have this guy with all kinds of muscles, and again, it's like, I mean, he will be the unstoppable Hulk.
What's the rule about an engagement ring?
Well, listen, the courts have decided that if a man or a woman decides to give to another person a ring in order to be betrothed, if the engagement ends, then the receiver of the ring has to decide whether to keep the ring or not. But they do have every right to keep that ring.
That wasn't what I was asking, but thank you for that. Now, what's the rule about a ring, about buying a diamond ring for an engagement? I'm sorry. The rule about buying a diamond ring. We should have editors. Okay. We should have editors for this. But guys, what's the rule about buying an engagement ring?
Well, if you listen to my friend, yes, he's the guy who has the mines in South Africa, and it's like, and they're making big deals for you at my story. If you need love, just call me at 1-800-HER-LOVE, or just see me at blah, blah, blah diamonds.
Yeah.
Clarity. Wait a minute. What is it? Clarity.
The 3 C's.
Yeah, the 3 C's.
Carrots, clarity, and whatever. All right. What's the rule about buying a diamond ring?
It should not cost more than 2 months' salary.
Okay. All right. Now that has moved up because it used to be 1 month's salary. Now it's 2 months' salary. You're right. That's the rule. It's not them, not the diamond people you were just talking about, but a competitor is speaking about, and I am not kidding, putting your diamond on a 5-year finance plan. Boys and girls, if it takes you 5 years to pay for your girlfriend's engagement ring, or 5 years to pay for your girlfriend / wife / hooker's special friend birthday present, friends with benefits. You got to rethink either A, the relationship, or B, your finances. You should not be paying 5 years financing on a ring.
Listen, I'm gonna spill the guts because they're very, very happy telling people that Diamonds Direct is what it's called.
That's the other company.
They deal directly with the diamond mines in South Africa. Blah 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 blah.
We have the men down in the caves. They are picking the diamonds for us right now.
They have lots of pigmentation.
Yes, Jamal over here. Jamal, come over here. How long have you been here?
Since I was 5.
What is matter your voice?
I can't breathe.
Oh, well, we won't talk to Jamal anymore.
But Diamonds Direct, it's like, again, and they have this great plan where you can pay for 5 years, get low payments.
But again, it's not them.
Years.
It's not them. It's not them. It's not them. It's the competitor. That's why I'm going to stipulate. It's their competitor, the other one that runs on that sugary drinks.
You mean that the guy with the accent that
not him. Not him.
Called?
No. This guy sounds like, Hey, if you want to get a diamond ring for your girlfriend, you make one special deal. Come on down. We got diamonds ring. We got the faster talking guy. And it's like
that's the funny one.
He's a car. He sounds like a car salesman because now he's selling you a car.
He sounds like Crazy Eddie.
Get over there, thing stereo sound. Get doing our diamond sales right now. Get yourself a Tiffany cut. Get yourself a haircut. It doesn't matter. Crazy Eddie's got them all. We even got the pillow cut. Get them down. Get a 5-year auction plan. Yeah. So no, please don't do that. That would be a bad thing to do.
Especially when you consider that, look, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
The marriage rate in this country is 50%.
On a good day.
On a good day. So, you're going to talk about, if you're going to make that kind of investment, buy something you can live in. Because if it all goes to hell in a handbasket, you're going to be without the ring. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to keep paying for it for the next 3 years. Yep. So, you're paying
$26,000 for a ring. Yeah, maybe you need to rethink a few things because relationships are hard, JD. Now, you know about the movie. There's a program called the 90-Day Fiance. Do you know this?
Oh God, no!
Yes.
You know what?
Here we go.
I have a new guilty pleasure myself.
Is that the one?
Nope, that's not that one.
All right. Now, Lauren, he's the dude, if you will.
Okay.
And he's hanging with this young lady. She's not from around here. And every time you see them, they're just kind of holding hands and just kind of next to each other.
That tweet.
Everybody else is like holding and hugging and kissing, and they're not. And he can't.
Why?
Well,
is he happy?
No, they're very happy together. They're having fun hanging out together and just hanging out together because they have to hang out together because he can't even kiss her. Wait
a minute.
This guy came onto the show and he's got gonorrhea. So
I can already smell the virginity in this program, man.
And she had no idea what that was, and
oh my God.
she's like, what is this gonorrhea? He says, it's an STD, and she's like, what's an STD? Sexually transmitted disease, and she kind of went, oh, righty. So, so boys and girls, if you're going to go on to one of these, television programs,
don't you take that break before I can tell you about my latest pleasure,
where you are going to be in intimate contact with somebody. Please don't be with intimate contact with a hooker ahead of time because it kind of ruined the show. All right, what's your guilty pleasure?
All right, my latest guilty pleasure had been Cheaters because I've watched.
No. Your guilty pleasure was what the dead Croner's daughter. What's his name?
You're talking about I know
Frank Sinatra's daughter.
Yeah, Gina Martin. Yeah, but no, my other guilty pleasure, my visual guilty pleasure, it was Cheaters because I would watch. Man, I would watch hours and hours on him because it's so much fun to watch how people stick it to each other.
This is why you don't have a girlfriend. But go ahead.
All right, when they love each other. Well, I found a new guilty pleasure this past week.
It's not the 90-Day Fiance.
Oh no, it's worse.
All right.
It's Love and Hip Hop.
Love and
all right,
Hip Hop.
Now listen, I have seen Love and Hip Hop New York, Love and Hip Hop Miami, Love and Hip Hop California. And here's the thing. This is a minority fueled cast, first off. So let me just get that out there. But these women are the most beautiful, shapely, comely women that you could ever hope for. But every once in a while they make a mistake and show these girls without the makeup. Man, is that a train wreck?
Maybelline, please save this girl. Oh, Maybelline, please save this girl.
but here's the thing. Stop that. Don't go yet.
Come on.
Stop. All right, listen. No, stop him. It's like because you know, again, every time there's usually a group of 6 women in each one of these shows. And these women, they are the most catty, backbitingest, sneakiest, nastiest, ugliest one. Every episode, you can count on somebody throwing a drink at somebody or getting into a fight. And there's nothing worse than seeing well-dressed women, well-made women out there scrapping like dogs. It's like, oh man, I just love it. And the guys, they're the worst guys in the world because some of these guys have like 4, 5, 8 babies. It's like, you know, again, they're just dropping seed where they leave it. You know, again. But you got to watch that because it's like, it is just the funniest thing to watch how these so-called pretty people act. That's it.
It sounds like a hot mess.
Oh, yeah, it is constantly one hot mess every episode.
I think I've had enough of hot mess. I'm.
You were married, weren't you?
Yeah. We'll be right back, boys and girls. Stand by.
Stay tuned for more of the Slade and Mayson Show. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. In cooperation with Slade Co. Productions.
Today in history, September 29th, 61 BC. Pompey the Great celebrates his 3rd triumph for victories over the pirates and the end of the Methodic Wars on his 45th birthday. Happy birthday! 1567. At a dinner, the Duke of Alba arrests the Count of Egmont and the Count of Maroon for treason and for not keeping a napkin in their lap. 1789. The United States Department of War first establishes a regular army with a strength of several hundred men. Well, that ought to take care of it. 1962. Alouette 1, the first Canadian satellite, is launched, mostly made of pine needles and maple syrup. And finally, 2008, following the bankruptcies of Lehman Brothers and Washington Mutual, the Dow Jones Industrial Average falls 777.68 points, the largest single-day point loss in its history. Or as Warren Buffett calls it, shopping day. I'm Dan Mason, and that's September 29th.
Hey there, come on the Guzio. How you doing? Hey, listen, I started my own business. Another one, would you believe it? Yeah. So, you guys ain't liking driving your cars no more, and you're taking taxis and Lyfts and Ubers and things like that. Yeah, so I started my own business. Yeah, it's called Goobers. Yeah, yeah. Well, you ain't gonna be finding them fancy cars. No, we drive like real cars. I got my cousin Giuseppe. He's got like a 77 Plymouth. This thing gets beauty gas mileage. Take the catalytic converter off. But listen, yeah, we'll pick you up. We'll get you to where you need to be. We'll get the we'll take the delivery for you. Don't worry about that. And we don't keep no records, if you know what I mean. So give us a call over here at Goobers. Giuseppe's standing by. We's everywhere you are in the tri-state area. Actually, it's a 50-mile radius. It's Saskatchewan, New Jersey. So Giuseppe needs some weekend money. So give him a call. I'm Carmine DeGuzio, and if you need a ride, just remember it's Goobers. Giuseppe will be there in just a little bit.
Way down among Brazilians, coffee beans grow by the billion, and they've got to find those extra cups to fill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. It's mighty, mighty risky if that you acting frisky, and they hang you if they catch you in a still. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. No tea or tomato juice, you'll see. No orange juice Cause the planters down in Santa's all say no, no, no. A politician's daughter was accused of drinking water and was fined a great big $50 bill. They've got an awful lot of coffee in Brazil. Now if your wife is oversleeping, here's a tip for good housekeeping. Coffee keeps her wide awake until, oh, how the population is growing in Brazil. Now if you want a place that's shady, somewhere you can take a lady, coffee bushes grow up on a hill. They're in the most convenient places in Brazil. No tea or apple juice, you'll see. No ravioli juice, cause the planters down in Santa all say no, no, no. And when your love life starts to sour, they say coffee gives you power. You can give your kiss an added thrill. They've got an awful lot of coffee, a tremendous amount of coffee, a colossal amount of coffee in Brazil.
Sorry about that, gang. But now we must return you to the Slade and Mayson show.
Dun, 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 dun,
Just like
dun, dun, dun,
Cheech and Slade.
dun, 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 dun.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mason,
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
All right. That was Louis Prima and his orchestra with it. They got a lot of coffee in Brazil. That is the coffee song because today,
Must be National Coffee Day.
ding, 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 winner, chicken dinner.
Boy, am I the smart one. Yes, sir. I am so smart here. Yes.
Yes, you are. Today is National Coffee Day, so if you have a moment, please go down to the kitchen and make yourself a cup of coffee. All right, now, this
Already
portion.
got it.
This lady. Oh, wait, me turn. Hold on. Mine's Colombian, not Brazilian. But anyway, this
the
portion.
brandy's good.
Yeah. Hey, I still roast my own coffee. You know that. Did I tell you that? Okay. Anyway.
No, but I did know that. Yeah,
All right.
I did because you're just anal retentive that way.
That's right. The Slade and Mayson Show is brought to you in part by the good people at I See Something Icy Treats. The good people.
Especially that hottie Sheila. Oh, baby. Yeah.
Calm down. Al, go visit him. The good people at this site, you are just making me go nuts. All right. I See Something Icy Treats.
Fellow.
You really did. That was bad. I See Something Icy Treats is a special treat. And what it's all about is a big red truck where Sheila and Al have poured lots of effort and money and effort and money and effort
love.
and money and love and consideration into this truck. They are there for volume. They are there for quality. They are there for you. Ooh, that was sounded good. What they've done is instead of using a handheld shaver that may take like 8-9 minutes to get you an icy treat, they have invested in these huge Italian ice shredding machines that take blocks of pure water, ice, and shave it down into a snowfall, into a waiting goblet. And then Al puts these different flavors on top, and there are about 40 some odd different flavors, combinations, things they come up with year over year. It is really, really a special treat because it's not like a grind up of rocks, which is basically what you get with the ice machines. No, this is a smooth. It's almost like a gelato, but it's got a different feel to it. It's really, really nice. So I personally like the pina colada. That was really good. They have a wild cherry that is just off the flipping charts. But you should give them a call at 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827. If you have a birthday party, corporate event, or fundraiser coming up, you need to reach out to them. You can also go to their website. They have a website. They paid money to have a website, so you can go find out.
Eat that funky dessert, white boy.
Listen, I was wondering if I could have a vanilla.
All right. Now, you can visit their website.
I'm feeling special today. Let me have a French vanilla.
Oh, God damn. Finish.
Oh, please go to their website at www.iceymethhin.
Leave out the G for goodness sake.
ICEY.com. They're available on Instagram and Facebook as well. They've got lots of pictures. They'll let you know where they're located. They're out there today. I'm sure it's a beautiful day. Again, give them a call, 804-617-8827. Again, 804-617-8827. Once again, the number is 804-617-8827.
You'll be glad you did, but I don't know why they'd be out in this stuff today.
Bum, 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 bum. If you want to talk about taking girls up into the bushes. I mean, that movie. Yeah, this song, man. I'm telling you, it was bad. It was bad. I'm telling you. So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, you with the forked tongue.
Okay. Are you one of, all right, you don't eat pizza anymore, but do you eat cheese?
Love cheese.
All right. Would you eat, like 90 day aged cheddar?
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me see here.
It's not as expensive, 180, but would you eat 90 day aged cheddar?
Let's see here. I might eat 90 day, but I would have a problem with 3,000-year-old cheese.
Oh, what a bummer. All right. Well, as it turns out, yes, my partner is way on top of me going here. He's pushed me past my limits of what I'm capable to keep under the bun. Yes, we have found the world's oldest cheese. It is 3,600 years old, and it was found wrapped up with a Chinese mummy. They found it. It's a little clump. It's maybe about an ounce and a half, and little pieces are breaking off. And one of the news reporters asked the person with the guy, "So, are you going to eat it?" And they're like, "No." It smells really, really, really bad.
Now, like I say, and I was going to talk about that. That's why, again, our minds just.
I know. Now, what about the Irish farmer? Did you hear about the one about the Irish farmer?
No, that one you got.
Okay. All right. So in Ireland, I'm not kidding.
I'm the
they will store butter in bogs, and the reason they store the butters in bogs of butter is just that it will keep it for basically you put it here. It's fall, right? You put it into the bog. It's wet. It's damp. It's smoggy. It's whatever. But yeah, the outer layer gets kind of funky, but the butter on the inside stays nice and fresh and delicious.
Okay,
Irish farmer's out and about in the bog. He's digging up like the old bogs, right? And he stumbles across a huge 60-pound slab of butter on his property, which they now think goes back to before the Bronze Age. That is how old this butter is. Now,
anybody got a bagel?
Anybody got a bagel? Asked if he would try it. He said,
"Are you out of your mind?"
He said, "Already have. I'm still here."
Okay, since you want to talk about old food, the New York Post says that half a chocolate bar from 1900 is going to be auctioned off.
Oh, God.
It's expected to sell for $1,000. Now, listen, the bar was a sentimental gift from Private Charles Platts to his wife, Martha. The package also includes 2 military medals from Platt's service.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that in mind, let's just go ahead and play this song because this lets us know that we're here already.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about old food, stale food, bad food, and of course, this means that we're going to get into what's going on currently because it's not your fault that you're fat as a hog. It is not my fault that you are fat as a pig. It is the food manufacturers. And those guys all look like skinny rails because they got their fitness on. They don't eat the garbage that they sell. All right, let me tell you what we got out this week. Food Engineering says A1 is going to start selling A1 steakhouse butter.
Oh, great. Well, I know where you can get a 60-pound block to start with.
The butter is infused with A1 steak sauce and was created because of the rising demand for restaurant quality flavor at home. It's perfect for steaks, pork chops, burgers, mashed potatoes, and old cheese.
Wait, you don't have you don't have a fork? All right, moving on.
All right, the New York Post says Coca-Cola is discontinuing its spice flavor.
Oh man, you took my story. Damn you.
The company plans to launch an exciting new flavor in 2025, spiced head raspberry and warm spice flavors. Coca-Cola did not specify the exact reason for discontinuing the flavor. Here's why it was, because it had raspberry and warm spice flavors.
Here's the problem. It wasn't spicy. It was supposed to be spicy.
Yeah. Just remember, new Coke. KVUE says mustard beer is being sold at the Texas State Fair.
Okay. Gross.
All right. Now, a partnership between Fletcher's Corny Dogs and a local brewery led to the creation of the unique mustard-flavored beer.
Oh, is that what we're using? The word unique. Got it.
Yeah. Fletcher's hopes that the mustard beer will be a hit with visitors looking for something different.
Nope.
And if you want something different, just try eating waffles. The New York Post says new data shows that McDonald's sells 6.5 billion burgers each year, with about 75 burgers being served every second worldwide.
Wow.
McDonald's is likely approaching its 400 billionth burger milestone. Here's what I want to know. I want to know who's counting it.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I've told you about the world's oldest cheese, so I guess that's all the disgusting stuff that I can talk about this week about what you put in your mouth, why we are the fattest nation in the world.
All right. Thanks, Weird. Yeah,
mustard beer. Oh,
so I did a little reverse engineering, and the original McDonald's cheeseburger. Yeah, it was like 15 cents. Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
It was.
So if you move it up for inflation, the standard burger right now is hovering about $5.80, $5.83 for a burger. Okay, taking into consideration inflation. If you go all the way up to today, the 15 cents would be more like $1.70. But,
so where'd that other $4 come from?
Health insurance, mortgage, transportation, FEMA. I don't know. It's just, it's just extra
that is
stuff.
The problem that I have because, when I was a child, you could get a loaf of bread, Wonder Bread, for 29 cents.
I know. When I was your age,
what does a loaf of Wonder Bread cost now?
It's $5.
Okay, now, has the process for making the bread changed?
No.
Okay, it's the same process, but it's like you could do it 75 years ago for a nickel.
Yep.
So why can't I still do that for a nickel?
Well, now the person who was there. Okay, so I'll tell you why. I was watching a video yesterday of these individuals in Afghanistan making "quote unquote" the world famous Afghanistanian pressure cookers, and these are industrial strength. You put the lids on and they clamp down and they will not pop open. There's no way you can get it open while it's under pressure, by design. Now the individuals working on these, you see, they're all wearing bare feet. They're walking around. They're picking up chunks of engine parts and drop, aluminum, because they're dropping them into these buckets of heat just blaring up. There's no OSHA standing by. Okay? These guys are grinding things. You're seeing rooster tails going fly off like 8 feet in the direction of like where the fumes are. There's no OSHA
this sounds
there.
like a Carmine DiGuzio organization.
Yeah, there's nobody controlling it. They're all walking around with bare feet. They're up against these devices that if they are off by a quarter of an inch, they're going to be pulled into that system and chopped up into a million pieces, ground up into dog meat. So
we just don't know how many people have actually been ground up.
Right. So those things are such that you can get them dirt cheap, and that's why. Because there's no control, there's no safety.
God bless America.
We've gotten too safe. As a matter of fact, there was a story. This goes about 2 years ago. They showed like a walkway in Japan, and the walkway is like in New York, you got those steps that go down to like little used to be like speakeasies and things of that nature.
Yeah, sure.
Right. And there are rails up against the edge so you don't accidentally trip into it.
Right.
Okay. There are no rails in Japan. If you trip into it, you're dead. Watch where you're walking. Sorry. I'm sorry. Real bad.
But you see, wait a minute. What is the population of Japan?
So it's
too damn many.
Yeah, it's a lot. But here's the problem: they're also losing people because
I guess so, because they're slipping into things.
But,
slipping off rails.
No. But we have way too much control here in the United States, especially with food, because we have a bad history with food. So, yeah, I would say that's probably a fair thing to do. But sometimes control is good. For instance, in China, I don't know if you heard about this. In China, they had just installed these high-pressure sewage pipes. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't. Otherwise, I would have stolen it earlier.
Yeah, high-pressure sewage pipes that were designed to handle the pressure so they could move the raw sewage out of the city, move it into where it can go and get processed. Somebody obviously didn't check a seam or a weld or something, because you're driving along, minding your own business, you're on Route 3, and all of a sudden there's this huge volcano of brown poop coming flying up out of the sky and covering everybody in an 800-yard distance and smearing everywhere. You got the windshield wiper going, and you can't see. Well,
and
I was going to say you can't.
Doing, making it worse.
I was going to say you couldn't see shit, but you can see shit. But anyway, that's the problem. Everywhere, poop, and they're like, "Oops, I guess that's a problem." So yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. Speaking of problems,
I'll tell you what, I want to open a car wash in that town.
People were walking on the street drenched in this warm, slimy, sticky,
gives a
smelly.
new term to you're full of it.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of a poop wreck, well, we finally got ourselves off into space. Finally, you heard about the SpaceX launched yesterday. Half the seats are missing because now they have to go pick up the guys from Boeing who were stuck up there from last year, and they're going to be there till February because that's the plan. It's a 6-month roll, so here it is, 9/29, and then they finally get them over there. So yeah, that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now they're going to have 12 people up there at this time, and two of the
hope that they're using that Old Spice all day deodorant.
Old Spice. So the other thing is that the previous two, they're up there right now, stuck because of Boeing. They've been spending their time fixing the crapper. It's broken. There's 3. One works. One kind of works. One's broken. and there's 12 people up there.
Did they have a sign on it that says, "Please flush gently"?
please jiggle handle as the vacuum takes over. So apparently it's so bad that they have to use the poop collector. Do you know what you know what a diaper genie is?
No, and I'm afraid to ask.
Okay, a diaper genie.
Here's where the show goes right to hell. Right now.
A diaper genie is a device that was created back in the, I don't know, I'm going to say late 80s. And it's like a never-ending long, like 20-yard long garbage bag. Okay? Okay. And you slide it into the holder and you throw a diaper in, and all of a sudden it goes and it zips around the diaper, and now it's in its own little compartment. And then you put the next one, and it spins. So the same thing is happening up in space, but this is more than a diaper genie because it's now hermetically sealed. There's a heat seal, so when you poop, it's gone forever inside this little plastic. And they put a little storage area, and then they open up the storage area, blast all that stuff out to space. Now,
wait a minute, stop it!
Now, when you wee, the wee is supposed to go back into the system. Sweat,
and it's supposed to clean itself out,
yes,
and then you can re-drink it. Yeah.
Guess what? Guess what? That's broken too.
Sure, they don't get thirsty.
So they can't say the term anymore. Yesterday's coffee is today's coffee. They used to say that. Now they can't say that because now they have to get all fresh new water, which is expensive because you got to transport that stuff up because it costs like, I don't know, $20 to move like a liter of material. So there's a lot going on. Also, Axiom Space, who has also got a program, a nodule from NASA to build the next new space station. Oh, by the way, the space station is falling apart. There are weld seams during a part of this long tube area that are cracking, and they're not sure why. But it went from like releasing like half a liter of air out into space a day to like 26 liters in a day. And that's bad because you need air to breathe when you're up in space. Yeah. So that's a problem. But the company that is now responsible for building the next space station, Axiom Space, is not going
to do that.
They said they're doing really, really well, even though they just laid off 100 employees because they can't pay their bills. Look, guys, we're in good shape. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Everybody calm down. The world's not ending. Freddie, hit it. Get us out of here.
So says you. Yeah. You're the eternal optimist.
Oh, it's going to be great.
AI is a great thing. We'll never be taken over by the world by robots.
Remember, if they turn the water off, go get yourself a diaper genie. It's great. Just poop in there, hit the button, zip, hermetically sealed, baby.
Just what I want to find in 20,000 years, hermetically sealed poop bag.
Oh, did you hear about the story about the archaeologist who found a message in a bottle?
No, what was the message?
Well, they won't open it. This is too old. It's all hermetically sealed. It probably says like, help.
Oh, my friend, we've done it again.
I don't know what we talked about.
You'll have to listen to the show.
All right. Well, I'm Dan Mayson.
And I am Mr. Slade.
The living legend.
Hi, I'm JD Slade.
I'm Dan Mayson.
And this is the Slade and Mayson Show.
He's not dead yet, boys and girls. It's a living legend. JD Slade. Man of infamy. Been on television and radio since 1912. Like to give you this award.
Me and Mr. Marconi, we're good friends.
Yeah. Me and Louis Prima, we're good with coffee. So there you go. I'm a like a lot of coffee.
Oh, my God.
All right. There you go, boys and girls. We'll see you all next Sunday.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Goodbye, Mr. Slade.
Bye, Mr. Mason.
Bye, Carmine. See you, Ted.
Hey, don't worry, Frank. Okay. I know a guy.
I know a couple.